Good evening. Welcome to the Mind of STEM channel, where you get your daily dose of science, technology, engineering, and math. My name is Leon Jones, and in this segment, we're going to talk about a topic that interacts with management. But this is not business management, but it has a little bit of business involved with it. And what I'm going to deal with is technology management. So let me share my screen. As we talk about technology management. Now, when we deal with technology management, we're basically talking about a set of management disciplines that allows organizations to manage their technological fundamentals to cover and create customer advantage. Now, when we deal with management, within technology management, you have to understand that there are concepts used within technology management. First, you have technology strategy, which is basically a logic or role of technology within an organization. Then you have technology forecasting, which that deals with the identification of possible relevant technologies for the organization, possibly through technology scouting. Then you have what we call a technology roadmap. And when we deal with a roadmap, it's basically mapping technologies to business and market needs. And then we have a technology project portfolio, which is a set of projects under development. And technology portfolio is basically a set of technologies in use. Now, the role of the technology management function of an organization is to understand the value of certain technology for the organization. And why do I say that? Because there's always continuous development of technology because it is valuable as long as there is a value for the customer, and therefore the technology management function in an organization should be able to be utilized within a business when it comes to investing. Again, when we go back, the technology function in an organization should be able to argue when to invest on technology development and when to withdraw. Again, when we deal with technology management, it's a function within an organization to understand the value of a certain technology for the organization because continuous development of technology is valuable as long as there is a value for the customer, and therefore the technology management function in an organization should be able to argue when to invest on technology development or simply when to withdraw. Now, of course, what I'm giving you in this video is basically an overview because it's very important that you understand the management functions. Because here on the Mind of STEM, we talk a lot about engineering technology and computer information technology, and all those technologies, they're useful by using your brain and your hands, but somebody's got to manage these functions. So when we talk about technology management, it can be defined as the integrated planning, design, optimization, operation, and control of technological products, processes, and service. Again, technology management can be defined as the integrated planning, design, optimization, operation, and control of technological products, processes, and services, which A better definition would be the management of the use of technology for human advantage. Now, technology management was deemed an emerging field by the Department of Education and received a new classification of instructional program, which is a CIP code in 2020. Now, technology management education is defined as a program that prepares individuals to develop science, technical, and business skills required for management of people and systems in technology-based industries, government agencies, and nonprofit organizations. Also, when we talk about technology management and technology management education, talking about including instruction in computer applications, general management principles, production and operations management, project management, quality control, safety, health issues, and statistics. Now, technology management is similar to industrial engineering and supply chain management because there's a lot of linear programming used and statistics also used within technology management. There's another management out there called engineering management, and I'll get into that later on. Now, when we talk about technology management, one must say this. When it comes to technology management, perhaps the most authoritative input, again, the most authoritative input to our understanding of technology is the diffusion of innovations, theory developed in the first half of the 20th century, which we're talking about 1901 to 2000. Again, perhaps the most authoritative input to our understanding. Again, the most authoritative input to our understanding of technology is the diffusion of innovations theory developed in the first half of the 20th century. Why? Because it suggests that all innovations follow a similar diffusion pattern, best known today in the form of an S curve through originally based upon a concept of a standard distribution of adopters. Now, in broad terms, the S curve suggests 4 phases of a technology life cycle: emerging, growth, mature, and aging. These 4 phases are coupled to increasing levels of acceptance of an innovation, or in our case, a new technology. Now, in recent times, for many technologies, a reverse curve is also mentioned. And the reverse curve corresponds to a declining cost per unit. And that has been postulated. Now, this may not prove to be universally true through the information technology or for information technology, where much of the cost is in the initial phase. It has been a reasonable, but it has been a reasonable expectation. Now, the second major contribution to this area is the Carnegie Mellon capability maturity model. Now, this model proposes that a series of progressive capabilities can be qualified through a set of threshold tests. Now, these tests determine repeatability, definition, management, and optimization. Now, the model basically suggests that any organization has to master one level before being able to proceed to the next. Now, the third contribution comes from Gartner, the research service, because it is the hype cycle that this basically suggests that our modern approach to marketing technology results in the technology being overhyped in the early stages of growth. Now, taken together, these fundamental concepts provide a foundation for formalizing the approach to managing technology. Then we deal with mobile device management. Now, when we talk about mobile devices, we're basically describing our smartphones, because when you take your smartphone out, what do you have? You basically have a computer in your hand. In the past, you could not utilize functions such as email on a smartphone. But today, smartphones can print. Smartphones also have applications where you can take documents and create PDFs with them. Furthermore, smartphones can utilize applications like Excel. Now, MDM, which is mobile device management, is the administrative area dealing with deploying, securing, monitoring, integrating, and managing mobile devices such as smartphones, tablets, and laptops in the workplace and other areas. Now, the intent of MDM, which is mobile device management, is basically to optimize functionality and the security of mobile devices within the enterprise while simultaneously protecting the corporate network. Now, MDM is usually implemented with the use of a third-party product that has management features for particular vendors of mobile devices. Now, again, modern mobile device management provides support tablets, Windows 10, well, now we're getting into Windows 11, and Mac OS computers. Now, the practice of using MDM to control PC is also known as Unified Endpoint Management. Now, one thing that you must understand when you come to technology, what about the education? And this is very important because to get into any STEM major, particularly on the engineering, the technology management side, or the engineering technology, or even computers, your program must be accredited. Now, when it comes to accreditation and certification, this accreditation, or its programmatic accreditation, which I did that earlier, and I may review that again because you need to understand the accreditations within the programs, because accreditation is big, because that's showing an employer, and that's also showing the public that there are standards within the curriculum. Now, when we deal with accreditation and certification, ATME, which ATME is the Association of Technology Management and Applied Engineering, that accredits selected collegiate programs in technology management. Now, an instructor or graduate of a technology management program may choose to become a certified technology manager, CTM. Now, by sitting for a rigorous exam administered by ATME covering production, planning and control, safety, quality, management, and supervision. Again, ATME has a few exams, and the biggest one is CTM. It's a rigorous exam. And you pass that exam, you become a certified technology manager. And on that exam, you have information that's coming from safety, quality, supervision, management, production planning, and control. Now, ATME program accreditation is recognized by the CHEA, which stands for the Council of Higher Education Accreditation. And that's basically used for accrediting technology management programs. Now, CHEA recognizes ATME in the United States for accrediting associates, bachelor's, and master's degree programs in technology, applied technology, engineering technology, and technology-related disciplines delivered by national or regional accredited institutions in the United States. Now, when we get into engineering and engineering technology, you want those programs to be accredited by ABAT. Now that we're on accreditations, what I want to do is spend a moment to talk a little bit about accreditations, because The granddaddy of them all when it comes to accrediting programs is ABET. ABET is the Accreditation Board for Engineering and Technology. Now, technology, and I'm talking about engineering technology, they're accredited by ETAC. It used to be TAC, but ETAC is the Engineering Technology Accreditation Commission. Engineering is accredited by EAC, which is the Engineering Accreditation Commission. And then you have computer science, which is accredited by CAC, the Computer Accreditation Commission. Then there's a new one out there called ANSEC. And I believe ANSEC is the accreditation for natural sciences. ANSEC, accreditation for Natural Science Accreditation Commission. That is a new one. And some of your construction management programs are accredited under ANSEC. Now, it is a good accreditation because when you deal with interdisciplinary degrees, such as, let's say, supply chain engineering or sales engineering, I know Purdue University offers that program. It's under industrial engineering. It's good because a program like supply chain and sales engineering technology, and of course, construction management technology, those have applications of management, those have applications of business, and they also have applications of engineering built into those degrees. So you're basically, in those fields, you're learning how to be all three. You're getting the hands-on, you're learning how to manage, and you're also learning design as well. But in the long run, when you have good accreditation, that means your program is up to par. Now, let me share my screen again and go back to technology manager, because again, it is very important that you understand what technology management is. So again, as a review, when we talk about technology management, it can be defined as the integrated planning, design, optimization, operation, and control of technological products, processes, and services. Now, a better definition would be the management of the use of technology for human advantage. Now that I've given you an overview of what technology management really is, here's what I'm going to suggest to you. If you're interested in the field, go check it out for yourself. But before you get into any technical fields, you must be good at a few things. You must be good at math, and you must be a logical and critical thinker. When it comes to STEM, STEM is not made for people who are touchy-feely. When you deal with sciences, technologies, engineering, and math, you have to understand the process, because in the end, it's science, technology, engineering, and math that make all things work. Now, that concludes this topic on technology management. If you like what I just presented, please comment, share, and subscribe to this channel. And if you're looking for some hard-hitting content or hard-hitting content, which is going to make contact if you're salty or if you are sensitive, because the content I produce on all of my channels is research and it is fact-based. But if you want more hard-hitting content, check out the 401 Talk Zone Radio Show on YouTube, and also check out the 401 Talk Zone Radio Show on Blog Talk Radio. 215-383-5785 is that number. Now, If you cannot find me on YouTube or Blog Talk Radio, you simply check me out on Twitter for STEM. You can check me out on Twitter, MeWe, and Parler for the 411 Talk Zone radio show. Now, the reason why I don't post STEM videos on Parler and MeWe because they're more or less political channels, and I just believe the STEM content is good for Twitter. And of course, I'm thinking about posting some of these STEM videos on LinkedIn. But once again, I thank you for listening to this edition of Technology Management from the Mind of STEM channel, where you get your daily dose of science, technology, engineering, and math. Till next time, my name is Leon Jones. I want you to have a wonderful and gracious day.